Ping have just announced their driver lineup for 2021. It's the G425. It comes in 3 different models, and in today's video I'm going to explain to you the difference between each head. Welcome back to the channel. It's Dan Webster here at St Anne's Old Links Golf Club, and today I'm in the golf studio. First of all, thank you if you already subscribed. I really appreciate that. If you don't subscribe, make sure you do hit that subscribe button, and don't forget the notification bell to ensure that you don't miss out on any future videos. We've got lots of giveaways happening in the next few weeks as well. There is one way you could win one of these drivers currently running, and I'll post a link to that video a little bit later on. Whilst we're in the studio today, we are going to be using, as ever, Foresight's GC Quad and TaylorMade's TP5 golf balls. But for now, back to the tech specs of these 3 drivers. So the 3 models. There is the LST low spin technology, the Max, which is the highest MOI, up to 10,000 MOI Ping are claiming on that, so the most forgiving driver they've ever made, and then the SFT straight flight technology. Today, in a little while, I'm going to put them to the test and see what the difference to ball flight, and check out the numbers, see if there's any difference at all to the ball flight information as Ping are claiming. But a little bit about what Ping have done moving from the 410. So they've redefined the Dragonfly technology, and that's the same on each of the 3 clubs. They've also added the tungsten weight to the back of each club. Now it is movable in the LST and the Max. It is a movable weight, and they're still going for that, so you can set it to fade, neutral or draw. On the LST there is a 17 gram weight in the back. On the Max it's a 26 gram weight, and on the SFT it's a 23 gram weight, and the 23 gram weight on the SFT is based towards the heel, just to help slow that heel down, bring that toe through and square up the blade for anyone that might be struggling with a fade. And I think that's what that's aimed at. Again, we'll see shortly. Coming back to inside the driver, they've got their ribbed cage, again giving more forgiveness and stability to the head, and also the forged faces on all 3 drivers. The size of these heads now, 460 on the Max and on the SFT, but 445, so slightly smaller and more of a pear-shaped design, as you can see on the low spin driver. So enough about the tech, let's have a little whack. We'll start off with the Max, the most forgiving, see how that performs, and then we'll swap over. We're going to put the same shaft in each driver, so I'm going to be using the outer shaft that is in the LST at the minute. I'm going to be using that shaft in each of the heads. They'll all be set at the same loft. Let's give them a blast. In Ping's own words, the Max elevates the MOI, the moment of inertia or forgiveness, to its highest level in history. That is a bold claim, Ping. So that's saying this is the most forgiving driver they've ever made. So setting up to it behind the ball, do like the look of the matte black finish, looks very classic. Less of that Dragonfly emphasis on the top of the crown, again just tones it down a bit, but they're still quite aggressive turbulators, which are designed to help the aerodynamics. We'll see about that. But anyhow, that forged face, let's see if it's any hotter. Let's give it a whack. It's certainly asking me to hit it, that's for sure. Oh, nice. Again, nice strike. I'm not sure if it's just the studio, the acoustics here. It sounds fast, it sounds meaty. Oh yeah, that felt solid. Okay, so let's switch over now. We've hit the Max, let's try the low spinning head. Straight away that difference is notable, the smaller head size and a bit more pear-shaped. It kind of oozes a little bit more of a penetrating flight, lower spin, that's for sure. Oh, that felt good again. Oh, it's out there, that. One thing we generally find with lower spinning drivers, they're not as forgiving. Let's give this as a hard hit as we can and see if we can still get away with it. Ping are promising us a bit more forgiveness, aren't they? One. Oh, there you go. That's got to be a long one to finish on, even with the tiny bit of fade. Okay, so we've tried the Max, we've tried the low spin. let's see what that SF Tech does, that straight flight technology. Now, for me, I struggle with a bit too much draw anyway, so it's probably going to just enhance it. But if you're out there on the golf course and your ball flight's a little bit too much left to right, possibly something you want to try and straighten up, by all means get some lessons, have a bit of coaching, but also the tech might help. Going back to that 460 head on the SFT, again it looks inviting. It's not evident that it's pointing left. That sometimes you get on these draw enhancing drivers. The blade is towed in, the club face looks like it's pointing left. This doesn't. All this has got is that weight in the heel that's designed to slow the heel down through impact, allow that toe to rotate over and effectively prevent that fade. So I expect to see this go a little bit higher, probably a little bit more spin for me, and certainly I'll be fighting it from going left. Yeah, that's a nice hit, but there you can see it's just overdrawing really. Definitely struggling to stop that from hooking, so it's certainly doing what it's supposed to. So the good thing about a draw enhancing driver is I'm going to really hit this as hard as I can out to the right, knowing that it's going to come back. Let's see if that actually works. Sure enough, I've hit that as hard as I can out to the right, and it's drawing all the way back right onto that white line there. So the ultimate test though for a draw bias driver is fixing that fade. I'm just going to put a little fade swing on this, so standing open, come a little bit out to win. I'm not going to overdo it, just see what it does to the ball flight. Sure enough, yeah, that was a fade swing. It started a bit left, it kind of looked like it was going to fade back to the target, but it's pretty much stayed there, so that bias has definitely helped. Okay, one more. Let's give it a big hard hit. That's as hard as I can hit it. You just know it's going to keep coming back, it's not going to stay out there. So if you've got out of bounds down the right hand side, you can hit over there and bring it back if you're confident enough. Okay, so all three drivers, I've enjoyed hitting them. Let's just go to the numbers, have a little look and just see exactly what the difference is between each model. Before we do that, don't forget you do have a chance to win either a TaylorMade Sim 2 driver or a Ping G425 LS Tech driver in this video here, so have a little look at it and see how you can win one of those drivers. If you are a subscriber, you'll know about this already. If you're not, hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit the notification bell, join the community, make some comments below as to what you'd like to see moving forward. But don't miss out on any of these fantastic giveaways. There's going to be lots more in the next few weeks. Okay, so we're keen to know the difference between each head. Red line is the low spin, the LS Tech. Blue line is the Max, and green line is the SFT. Sure enough, the low spin Tech backspin 2,100 on average versus the Max at 2.7 and the SFT at 2.9. They're doing what they're supposed to. That low spinning technology is certainly giving me, if you look at the distance there, carry 2.45 just down to that low spinning Tech. Carry 2.35 of the Max and 2.26 with that draw biased club. Ball speed's quite interesting. 1.43 ball speed off that LS Tech head, 1.41 off the Max, and then 1.39.9. So the ball speed's coming off a little bit slower the bigger that head goes. That's interesting. Now that could just be down to strike, but I did hit a good few shots with each, and these are averages. My ball speed currently with my driver is around that 1.43 mark, and I felt like I was swinging the same with each. I did give a few an extra hit. With that LS Tech head, launch angle 14 degrees, slightly higher with the Max due to that slightly heavier weight on the back, I guess, at 14.7, and then with that draw bias, that blade comes in a little bit more with a bit more draw loft or lofted impact, so 15.4. Again, that ball speed is probably down to the amount of loft we were getting impact as well. Key one to look at here is dispersion. So if you look at the circles there, there's quite a big green circle, which is the draw bias driver. Again, I was struggling to keep that straight. It was moving left quite consistently. The low spin, it's not a bad, good distance, but again, quite a big dispersion. But just look at that Max, tiny little circles. That dispersion is pretty tight. So in the Max, I might give away a few yards, but I'm certainly hitting the middle of that fairway a little bit more frequently. I was really impressed with all three drivers throughout that test, and the impressive thing as well, Ping, they do what they say. The low spin did exactly that. The SFT, I really struggled to move that left to right. It overdrew for me, and the Max was the most accurate. If you're in the market for a new driver this year, when these clubs get released, make sure you get custom fitted. Spend time in a facility similar to this with your custom fitter or PJ professional and learn a bit about what's right for you and your ball flight. But if you are struggling with your fade at the minute, definitely worth checking out the SFT. If you want to pump out a few more yards and you're not that bothered about the dispersion, the low spin's the one. Thanks again for watching. Glad you're enjoying the content. Give us a little thumbs up, and also comment below if there's anything you'd like to see me review in the next few weeks. Don't forget, make sure you hit that subscribe button, get involved with my giveaways, hit the notification bell to be a part of it, and it ensures you do not miss out moving forward. Great to see the channel growing, great to see the community growing, and I can thank you for that. Take care, see you all soon.